Good evening, you crafty bunch. How are you all? There's quite a few of you on today. Have you been waiting for me? I'm a little bit damp. It's chucked it down all blooming day, all day. So, as you know, we are going through a little bit of a clean-up. Not that it needed it, actually it did, because we've accumulated so much stock, so much stuff, and we've got lots of things going on here behind the scenes that we're sort of like just working really hard to get everything sorted by the end of this year to move forward into a fantastic year next year. But if you are brand new here, welcome everyone. This is our Thursday drop. My name is Toni and this is the How to Craft Network Studios, home of Stamps by me. Now, you will have noticed that we are now live 2 evenings of the week. We are live on Tuesdays for our lovely ladies and gents across the pond for HTCN products, and we're also live on Thursdays, and you are both welcome to both shows, okay? Say hello, make new crafty friends, give us a thumbs up, give us some hearts, and share the love of craft. Now, nobody be commenting on my glasses. I know you're all saying, where's your glasses? Where's your glasses? They're here. I've got them on today. They are here. Let's just sort out the wig. How are you all? Is everyone okay? Now, if we can share the show, that would be awesome. Now, tonight's show is a little bit of everything, but it all comes back to the original Reflection collection. Now, I'm going to do a bit of a demo, and I'm going to totally mix them all up this evening on the demo. But I wanted to just showcase a product in case you don't have them. Maybe you have them and you're going to join in the crafty fun, whatever it may be. But let's do a quick counter run, then we'll get to the other side. Well done, Toni, Michaela. I do listen to you. They are on. It's just so I can see comments right over there. So let's do a counter run. Let's get to the other side. Let's be a little bit crafty and have some fun. As always, share the show, pop a comment underneath, and we'll pick a winner for whoever joins the live show, for anybody who comments. So the more times you comment, the more chances you have of winning. We'll pick a winner at the end of the show for a £50 voucher to spend on our website. Whenever you want, however you want. You don't have to spend out to spend it. Tim's dancing. We love to do giveaways, right? So let's have a quick run and off we go. If you've got the products, just shut your eyes, grab a cup of tea. If you haven't and you're interested, these are the products and these are the codes on the website. Now, if you are shopping from across the pond, we have offers on postage as well. And we also pay all taxes and duties if you are interested in that also. So let's have a look down the counter. First of all, we have the amazing Wolf stamp and stencil. Now, because the shows, both shows, Tuesday and a Thursday, apply to both of our lovely customers wherever you are in the world, okay, I did check HTCN before I came live. This is no longer available. And there was a bear, and the bear is no longer available either. So hopefully you got it live in the shows. But please do know that we are working on some new designs moving forwards for HTCN as well. But the demos that I do will still apply. You know, you'll be able to use them across the board. So the first item on the counter is Woodland Wolf. Now, this is an awesome set. It's the stamp of the wolf with the trees. I think the screen's frozen there, Tim, because I'm moving and nothing's happening, darling. We have the wolf, the trees, and then you have your amazing stencil, which is the interior and the exterior of the wolf's head. And you can do some incredible demos with this one. You can do the white halo outside, the white halo inside, and you can just see from the lovely samples here how just incredible it is. Now, the item number for this one is 030724 Alpha, and here are just some on the paper there. So if you just stamp the wolf onto the paper, of course, you can do that too. But then you have the stencils that give you that lovely opportunity to create halos and backgrounds and things like so. The papers are coming up in the show as well. Here he is over the corner again, and then you have the paper in the background again. What about just scraps of paper underneath and then the wolf stamped direct on top to give you that sort of lovely, mystic, like crazy, scary wolf, but in the same breath, gorgeous and sort of like gentle as well. Let's just show you some more here. Lovely white halo around there. What about just using the mask and then fussy cutting the bird? Look at that. And the trees stamped in the background. This is like the demo on the packet. If you look at the picture in the corner there, you'll see the wolf and the white trees in the corner. Here is that just mimicked here. So you have the stencil of the wolf in the grayscale, and then the trees are stamped inside the stencil, giving you that awesome piece of artwork. Love these designs. Here we go. Some more here. Oh. And let's see if we've got some more. I love this one, the slimline card here with the wolf and then the torn paper in the background as well there. How beautiful is that? The item number for this one, guys, is 030724 Alpha. That one is $24.99. Now, moving down on the counter, we have the exact same concept, okay? So the wolf, the full A5 stamp set with all of the trees, the wolf's visual face, then the stencil, and then the interior and the exterior of that mask as well. But this one is a different one. So this one is the stag and the bear. And you can see from the packet there, sort of like the design is mimicked into that bear. So the trees are stamped into the bear. And the trees in the bear are different to the trees in the wolf as well. So if you get both, or you do have both, you have a variation of different style trees, okay? So this one is woodland wildlife. You have the stag's head, the bear, the full bear, and then you have those lovely silhouette trees and the sentiments. And again, you can mimic that design in the same way that you can do the wolf in there as well. Now, this one is called Woodland Wildlife. How do 31 of you have this in your basket? This just keeps selling. This one is $24.99, and the price, and the code for this one is 02. This is why I've got my glasses on, Michaela. 020124 Alpha, and that is your woodland wildlife bear and stag. So those ones are stamps and sort of stencils, okay? Then moving down, we have Every New Day. I'm going to use this one. I haven't used this for a while. We need to use this one, guys. So this one is the bow, the couple, the trees. We have a left element of the trees and a right element of the trees, which give you great perspective. So I think we're going to have a play with this one as well. Everybody sharing, liked and share. Oh, that's so kind. Thanks, guys. So this one has 13 pieces, and the boat is quite a big stamp as well. So I'll showcase this one when we get to the other side. This one is $18.99. Item number for this one is 140422 Echo. Now, if you have an order on the box already, when you add a further order, you won't pay postage. You can just add to previous order until the first item leaves the building. So you can keep adding to that first order until Becky dispatches it for you. So that one is Every New Day, 140422 Echo. Now, moving down, we have the next one. Now, this is a whole suite of Reflection Collection stamps, and there are many more, too many to fit on this counter. So have a look in Reflect. So to have a look at all of our Reflection Collection stamps, just go to the category Unique Stamps and then Reflection Collection. There's also a lamination collection there as well, which is awesome too. So this one is called Better Together. So you've got the lovely couple on the bench reflected down. You've got the tree They've got the large tree as well, like the family tree, and then the words as well. So this is great for Valentine's, celebratory, just because, better together, you know, celebrating how many years you've been together, if you have. So item number for this one, 250123 Alpha. This one is $18.99, better together. Now, our all-time bestseller, one of the best-selling reflections, is the next one on the counter. And I've demoed this so many times. There are how-to guides on it. There are videos on it. And here we are today talking about it again. So this one is Your Only Limit Is You. You get the bird on the branch, the sort of like feather-esque, sort of like silhouette stamps from the side. And if you've noticed, guys, when we pull these silhouettes together, I never put the same silhouettes in two different sets. I give you a variation. So if you end up ordering all of them or you've been collecting them, you'll be able to use all of these sort of like silhouette foliages, whether it be grass array trees, distance trees, forward trees, left and right trees, cascading trees, whatever it may be, they'll all interchange amongst all of the focal stamps that you have in that particular set, okay? So this is one of my all-time favourites. It has the reflection in the water. You just have to do some ink blending in blue at the bottom and you've got water and then stamp it out. Bish, bosh, bash. Really is that simple. Item number 140422 Hotel, $18.99 is Your Only Limit Is You. Please demo Make It Happen. Which one is Make It Happen? Let's have a look better together. I think I am going to do Make It Happen. Or I was going to do Every New Day with the... I'll see. Next item on the counter is Make It Happen. Thank you, Tim. This one is Make It Happen. Now, this is quite a cool one, guys, because as you can see from the packaging there, the sort of like silhouette creates like a circle formation. So this gives instant perspective on your cards. So the foreground is narrower, bringing the detail towards you, but then it extends into that oval motion, like there is a sort of like a visual at the front, and it extends the design like it's cascading down into the distance as well. Can't spit my words out today, guys, sorry. This one's limited. This one's going to go straight away. This is going to go. If you like this one, check it out immediately, please. Check it out immediately. I always tell you when I think something's going to go, and it is going to go. Item number 050325 Bravo, $18.99. Now, the next item on the counter is that lovely cast iron fence, a couple holding hands, the street light, just beautiful. And then the blossom tree with all the blossom bits blowing, just beautiful. And this blossom tree will work with the bow, it will work with the bird, work with them all, right? 260423 Alpha, $18.99. 31 if you have this in your basket. Really, really pretty, guys. They're all pretty, aren't they? And I never get bored of seeing them either. Oh, you love Reflection Collection. Yeah, me too. Isn't it nice, though, that, you know, we've sold you these products over time. Sorry, excuse me, guys. Over time. And we're still playing with them. Come on, guys. Credit where credit's due. We're still playing with them. We still love them. They never change. And we just keep adding to the collection over time. And they're just pieces that are collected probably and just touched on every time I play with them, or anytime you need maybe a guy's card or a super simple card, but really impactful as well. So, sorry, she's late. Hi, Tony and Tim. You're welcome. I hope you're all okay. Great show. Oh, I haven't got started yet. Now, the next item on the counter is Woodland Wildlife. The bumper paper pack with all of the sort of rockeries, the trees. It's got some wildlife animals in there as well. I do have some lovely samples too to show you. So let's have a quick look. I've got it over there open, so I will show you in more detail, but let me just show you a couple cards with this lovely set where you can just use the tags, the toppers, the backgrounds, make maybe little mini albums. You get 75 sheets and you can just create the most beautiful, beautiful cards with just a touch of sparkle, or matte and layers, or vellum, whatever it may be. So this one's Woodland Wildlife. The next chapter, 75 sheet, bumper paper pack, 25 designs times 3. is 75. Item number 030724 Bravo 1999. Now, all of the prices that you see on the counter, if you are a club member, if you've accrued points, then you're all getting them for way cheaper than they are on the counter, and that is because you are a Stamps by Me follower. So let's go to the other side, guys, and let's have a lovely demo. Why not? Hey, let's have some fun. Now, I do need to clean these bad boys. Let's get these cleaned, and then we can have some fun. So let's do a shout out. We've got Sue, Michelle, we've got Fedu Gina, we've got gonna kill me, Michaela Brown, Caroline Crafting, Kerry Shaw, Beautiful Papers, works well with the wolf set too. They all do work, which is awesome, right? So has anybody come across from my Tuesday show and thinking, I loved Tuesday, now I'm going to watch her on a Thursday as well? Poor you, poor you. Now I'm just going to grab some tissue and clean my gigs. Look. So gorgeous, right? So gorgeous. We love a good card. So let's just clean these real quick. Julie says hello, Tony, Tim and Tom. Hi Tony, how are you? I am good, Sani. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I hope you're well too. Just look at them bad boys. You've watched both, did you, Kathy? Good girl. We need a week of Tony, Shannon. You'd soon get bored. Tim would gladly hand me over for a week. Pat Capri here from Tuesday. Oh, wonderful. Well, it's lovely to have your company, and it's nice to meet other people as well, because lots of our UK on today, so you can all make friends. We like friends. Not that we've got many, but we like friends, right? So let's have a look what I've got on my counter. I have a few things. I've got Woodland Wolf, Woodland Wildlife. I've got the paper with all of the just gorgeousness. Oof. Gorgeous, gorgeous. More oh! Must have done that in a demo. Gorgeous, gorgeous. More gorgeous and gorgeousness. And then I've also got Every New Day as well, which I thought, you know what, I haven't touched on both. So let's just get this out. Let's just see how dirty it is. Watching 2 shows every week, says Shannon. Oh, guys, I'm embarrassed. How dirty that. Listen, I am a crafter. Tim's looking at me as if to say, you scruffy melt. Could have cleaned that. Right, what I thought I would do is we'll do a little bit of inky, and then I wanted to use one of the masks along with one of the reflection collection stamps. So, I'll just go up. Is everyone okay? So the more you comment, the more chance you have of being picked as the winner. So don't talk nonsense, mind, just to get lots of comments in. So, do you know, I thought we could do a little bit of shading here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a piece of old card, because I have an idea. Or I could just tear one of these, couldn't I? I'm going to do like a gap. So let's tear. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to put this down this side, like so. And then let's just trim this off. So I'm just going to do a bit of like an inky area. Malia says, not enough time on HTCN, so watch all I can. Tell me about it. Bit more. So basically, we're just going to do like an inky panel, but stepping away from the traditional. See that bit down there? I'm going to ink down there. Let's just make this a bit thinner. Instead of the like straight panel, we're going to change it up a little bit today. We're going to go a little bit random. So So I'm going to pop that there, or we might do the thin side here. So I do everything on the left, right? And then this at this side. That's it. Now we're talking. Now I'm just going to grab, I did grab some low-tack tape. What I've done with it, that's just another story. So we'll just go with it for now, okay? So down the sides. Now what colour are we going to do? I think I'm going to go light because we can. Let's go this into this. That'd be nice. Or that into this. Shall we try that? Let's do it. So let's take the darker colour. So you're probably better off taping it, guys, yourself. Let me just see if I'm going to use a little bit of a tape pen, guys, just to hold it down temporarily while we just do a bit of ink blending, okay? And then we'll take it off. Just to help me out a little bit. That's better. Improvising. So, bit of blue. So don't worry if it's a little bit like liney, messy. Honestly, it won't matter because we're going to spritz it and give it a little bit of a resist effect. So we'll just get a bit of blue down. Maybe a bit darker at the top. Like so. And then we'll just drag it down so it sort of fades out a little bit. And then we'll move into the green. And just grab another brush, hopefully one that just clean my brush, guys. And we'll just go into this lovely like limey greeny colour. And it won't look like you're putting much on the paper, but I always say, don't I? Come on, guys, trust the process. It always looks ugly, doesn't it? Always looks ugly until you actually sort of, well, you all know me by now. How many times have we trusted the process? It's been many years, hasn't it, guys? Just gonna get a bit more green down here. I think that's probably okay. So I'm just going to make the top of here a little bit darker, excuse me. Pull it down a little bit darker at the top, down. And then what we will do is we will just take some water in my hand and we'll flick it onto, and just give it a second to activate. Let that ink drink. Just put this, tidy up. Let it just do its magic. Grab some tissue. Silence is golden. I'm just letting that ink soak into, while that's soaking into the paper, then you just need to grab a tissue, and what will happen is it will sort of like bleach it or give it a little bit of definition. So dependent on how much water you add, dependent on what it's going to look like. Now I'm just going to take the tissue here, and then I'm just going to sort of, can you see here when you hit it, look what happens. Gives you a little bit of resist. So and then we'll dry. I'll just dry it with my gun a little bit. Nancy loves watching inky techniques unfold. I do actually. So you see those two cards, they were like stencils, and then stamped within the stencils, those two there. So let's just peel this off now. Now we have our panel, which isn't too shabby. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down, and then I'm going to do it onto a matten layer to tidy it up a little bit. Let me just get rid of that little bit of tape off there, because that's going to, on that tape gun, there we go. So let's just trim this down. Now the good thing about this is you can go landscape, whichever's best. I actually quite like it better that way, because the way that we tore that paper, it's sort of veering off to this side a little bit. It looks a bit like unintentionally wonky donkey, doesn't it? So let's just trim this off. I'm just trimming around the edge so we can sort of like matten layer it. Taking a little bit off each side. I actually quite like it that way. That wasn't the intention, like, but hey ho. So in the sets, you also get the amazing sort of like trees here, so you can see. Let me see what I would like to do. I'm just going to do the boat on this one, guy. I'm doing 2 demos, so I think I'm just going to do the boat on this one. I think the boat just on its own is just going to look awesome. I'm just going to pop it in my Eureka here. And I'm not going to do the boat onto the full page. I'm going to do it like it's just off, if that makes any sense at all. I'll probably do it about here. And this demo basically just show you that you do not have to have like papers to go behind and things like that. Inky backgrounds do look awesome too. So let's just grab a black ink pad. Just make sure your panel, the coloured panel underneath is totally dry, yeah, because it won't stamp otherwise. So I'll just make sure I give it a good old rub. Nice. Not too bad. See what I mean? It looked awful when we blended it, didn't it? With shabby edges and colour. Green were not blending very well because it were a card blank and it's full of chalk. So it weren't allowing me to move the ink around. But see it through. See it through. Now I am just going to get rid of this for now. Now there are some birds in the set. So if you wanted to add some little birds to the sky, you could do that too. But having the reflection built in is just a game changer. It's awesome, guys. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a bit of... I can't resist the trees, can I? This is what I'm like. So I'm just going to add a little bit of a tree. I'm going to do both sides just because we can. Not too much. Let's do a little baby one at the top. So we just get a bit down here and a bit down here. You could obviously do it all the way around as if you're peering through a lens, you know, capturing them through. So now you've got sort of like created a little bit of a scene setter there. And then let's go with that one. It doesn't look like I've used that one. I've used the other one a few times, but I haven't used this one. So let's do this one. So every new day is a blessing. Make sure that's straight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add sparkle to the trees and just the trees, set it aside, and then the glue will have dried clear and you'll see the sparkle, okay? And then we'll put it on a card and then we'll move on to the next one. So let me just get my glue. Let me just unclog it. We love a bit of sparkle. And if you haven't seen our amazing, lots of you have got 2 pots. I know, you're all scared it's ever going to run out. It's not, we've got lots. Our colourless glitter, which just gives you that shimmer and shine without all of the different coloured sparkles. You know, not everybody wants all the coloured sparkly glitters. It just gives you like a shimmer and it just catches the light just as you pass. I'm just going to take the glue. Hopefully not loads is going to come out. Oh. You just knew that was going to happen, didn't you, guys? I'll just spot it onto... I'm not even squeezing at this point. And you could add a little bit of shimmer. Don't worry, this glue dries absolutely crystal clear. So, and then what we'll do is we will get the glitter. It's this one, it's on the website, it's called Media Glitter. And as you can see, it's crystal clear. There's no iridescence or... Beautiful. So what I'll do is, let's set that aside, let the glue dry, we'll come back to it and then we'll mount it onto a card. But so far, you can see already it's going to look so cool just with that panel down the centre there. So let's put this away. And let's do a second card. I love watching you glue. I bet you do. Me making a hash of it all the time, hey? So let's just get a tidy station. I'm going to keep that stamp out though because I'm probably going to use it again. But what I wanted to do this time was I wanted to use one of the papers. Let's have a look what we've got going on here because there is a lot to go at. I think I need like that one. That's an option. I don't want anything with an animal on. That one. go with these two. So let me think about what I want to do here. So I was thinking, guys, instead of a circle moon, we could do like a shape as a moon instead of a circle moon. Could do the stag's head as a moon. Shall we try it? Let's see what it looks like. Listen, if it looks a mess, you don't have to do it at home, dear. And as you can see, mine is well loved. Yeah, I even put my demos in from TV into the packets as well, because I think if they ever need me to get them back out, I'll just get them back out and I'll have a little bit of a, you can see the mess I've made there. Right, so let's have a look. I think I'm going to go interior, and I think I'm going to go on this one. I'm going to create like a little bit of a moon. I'm going to grab my white. Brush. Now, like I say, if this turns out horrible, don't do it at home. Make it better at home, yeah? So I'm just going to use the head of the wolf. I'm doing quite high. Tape it down if you want, if you need to. Probably should really tape it down. And then I'm just going to go through with my white and just create like a little bit of detail in the back here. Oops, days. And because this is like a pigment ink, you know, if you've got any nice wow powders with texture, I think I might have some. You can then, can you see that? It's not very bright at all, is it? It's not, the paper's a little bit light. You can see it, yeah. What you can do as well is, if you do this look, pop that down, and then if you get your ink, as long as you hold your stencil super duper still, say if you're not getting it through the blend because it's moving like I'm doing with, maybe that's better. Is it there now? Can you see it? Yeah, okay. Let me just define that corner a little bit more. And your stencils will just wash, guys, under the tap. You can see that there. That looks quite cool. So instead of sort of like the traditional moon, which we love, we've all got stencils that do moons and circle die cuts and things, haven't we, that do all of those things. Changing it up and having the sort of like backdrop as a shape of an animal. It looks like actually somebody's going to heaven or something, doesn't it? If you see like the stag or something like that. But because this is a pigment ink, if you've got like a, we're really playing now, guys. If you have like a embossing powder that's got a bit of texture in it, like, let's just see what I've got here. You see these ones with the white balls? Got a teal. You could absolutely just sprinkle some of these on and get that texture in there as well. So let's just see what else. As you can see, I'm overrun with wow powders. This one, ash. You've all got my ash. Let's try this one. This has got, can you see it's got a little bit of iridescence in. This one is from the duo I did that had rustic and another one as well. I can't remember, it was a green one, wasn't it? Well, let's try that one. Let's see if anything happens. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of this powder onto the wolf. Give it a shake. Oh, don't want to do it. Shall we do it all over? No, it might ruin it, mind it. Shall we throw it all over or shall we sprinkle it? Sprinkle. All right. Tim, the crafting expert in the corner, says sprinkle, so we're sprinkling, guys. Might as well Might as well just put it on with how much I've put on. So, you see that? Just got a little bit of texture there in his head, a little bit of sparkle. It's also got a lovely white chunky embossing powder in this one as well of mine, the ash. So if you've got this one, it's literally good to go. I have new wow colours coming as well. So let's heat set this. Let's see what it looks like, if at all. It might just disperse into that pigment ink. Let's give it a twirl. So when you heat embossing, get your gun really hot. Get your gun hot, and then it stops the... I can't really... I have got no extension, so I have to... Because we just sort of like cleaned up our room. Get your gun really hot. Sorry, I'm out of shot nearly. It's just because of the camera. And that white starts to change. Follow the changing of the powder. Yeah, you can see it. Now, please don't panic if you see a little bit of smoke when you're heat embossing onto your white pigment ink. It's normal. Let's see if I can show you that. It's just burning the pigment ink underneath. It won't burn, literally. You see that there? Is it showing any sparkle? Hopefully. Yeah, you can. There we go. Thank you so much. Look at that. So now we've got that lovely head up in the sky there. No idea where this card is going by. So we could actually just do the trees down the side and just have the head, but I feel like it's going to be lacking a little bit. But let's do the boat again. All right, I'm sticking with the boat. I hadn't used it in such a long time, so it's time to get it back out again. Cool effect, yeah. So if you've got any embossing powders with sparkly bits in, like texture, with a little bit of sort of like rise and falling rather than the traditional flat, just gives you something different, doesn't it? Now, and then we'll take our boat again. And again, I'm gonna do it the whole at the bottom here this time. So the boat's going to be at the bottom, okay? Just seeing what... Right, so let's hit this time, because we're going for texture. I'm going to do him in black, and then I'm going to throw a clear embossing powder on top and make our boat and our couple shiny. Shiny. Like so. Let's have a look. Oh. Isn't it nice to have a different shape rather than a moon at the top? Of course, if you hate the shape of the wolf's head, then of course, just do a circle, right? You do your moon. But I think it's nice to experiment sometimes. And then with this, I'm just going to take the clear. Hopefully not too dry. Now this is where your sort of heat embossing comes into its own. We'll show you this one as it's changing, because this one is quite cool. And then you'll have a shiny. So then what happens then is, because it's sort of like shiny and sealed in, then you could do like a halo of colour over the top, and the bow and the couple will resist. So then that'll stay true black shiny, and all of the colour that you blend around it will like, it'll just look awesome, if you wanted to do that, of course. So let's heat set this one. And then let's see where we're going with it. Sorry sorry about the corner of you. It's because I unplugged my extension. We get it hot. Then you have tiny. So cool. We do have on the website, if you're thinking, you know, I love the idea of wow. I don't have any though. We do have a starter kit on the website. We do have the wow powder ink pads in stock, and we do have a starter kit which has a clear, a white, a black, a gold, a silver. Which those are the ones that we use all of the time. So if you are thinking, I'm going to give that a twirl, go to the wow powder section, and don't buy them individually because it works out quite expensive, but there's a nice starter kit on there with the little ones like I have, which are quite cool. Now, I actually just love that. I don't think it needs much more, but what I am going to do is I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm just going to ink around the edges with maybe a bit of black. Let's just do black. Just delicately though, guys, not like, let's just use this scrap that I did on TV. So what this is going to do is it's going to draw your eye in and the attention to the detail. Okay, not very much, just a little bit. This is what you would call a vignette. So it sort of frames your work. You can't really see it's there until you start like finished. So just stick with it like I always say. And just take your time with it because it's easier to add. If you go a little bit heavy-handed, it's a bit problematic to then try and pull it back a little bit. Like sometimes like I do when I say to you, you just be a little bit easier. And then when you come to add it onto a white card blank, you'll see the vignette sort of like around. So it stops everything from floating around, really. So we could either put this onto craft coloured card, or we could put it onto, clean my hands a little bit here, or we could do it straight onto a white one. It'll probably need trimming. But what I do want to do is, let's just trim this down a little bit, yeah. So let's just grab our guillotine. Where's my guillotine? Oh, here it is. So let's just trim this down a little bit. I'm going to go down the side. Very effective. I know, just the little things, isn't it, sometimes that sort of just elevate. And now I'm just cutting off that vignette I've just done to make it fit on my card. I will go back round though. Let's just see if it fits now. Fits perfect. Let me just add that ink down those two sides again very quickly. And then in the set, or any of the sets, you'll all have appropriate sentiments to boot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to 3D the sentiment. We'll do a sentiment, but we'll stick it straight in the center, so it's going to push that head back here, if that makes any sense at all. You'll see in a second. So let's just move this to one side. And let's get the sentiment. Now, in the set, let's have a look which is in the wolf one. So there's just, here's to more adventures together. Beautiful set, right? Thanks for always being there. To a Great Friend, It's Your Day. So that's in that set. And then in Woodland Wildlife, you've got Awesome at Any Age. Love that. Let's do that one. Amazing, Tony. Have a look at this one here. This is what I'm thinking, guys. Look. Simply the best. Let's do it. So, white cardstock, off-cut of some form. Let's see what I've got going on here. Oh, that's pattern paper. This one. So I'll stamp this one out. So Tim's going to pick a winner. If I say your name, you've won a £50 voucher. You just need to message us and Becky will sort you out a code. I'll just stamp this one onto the white. Oh. Just so nice. Love that. Love that. So let's trim this down. And let's see where we're going with this one. Now, I always sometimes think that banners look nice, guys. You know, like the tails, if you've got confidence to add a little bit of a tail. So let's try that first. If it doesn't work, we'll cut it down, okay? So, you know, like as if it's coming with a tail. So let me just show you how I like to do a tail. Let's just trim this down a little bit. And then we'll cut a piece of, we'll go black to pull out the black in the boat. Let me just grab a piece of black. And then I just lay it on top like so, and then I cut my next piece. Like so. And then all I do, quite frankly, is I never do anything by eye, as you know. So you can either do a marker in the centre of it if you want to, but I just go for it. So I'll go there, and then I'll take this here, like so. So I've got my tail, and then I stick it onto the piece that we've just cut. Do that with a tape pen. Or glue, whatever works for you. Stick it onto here. And then once it's on there, then take my scissors and just sort of like mimic the... If you are a bit of a perfectionist, by all means, get your pens, rulers and pencils out and do the cutting perfectly, but that's just not how I craft. We need a week of Toni. No, you don't. Now I've cut off the end of that now. Look, it's not very much of a point there. Anyway, so, and then, oh, it's a little bit big, guys. I'm hiding half of my, you can't really tell it's a wolf, can you, if we stick? Mind you, can you tell there? Could do with being a bit thinner. In fact, guys, let's just make it thinner. Let's make it look intentional. See if it'll cut through all of this. Probably won't. Probably going to ruin it now, guys, but we'll try. Oh, has it done it? Oh, it has. Let's make it look like it were intentional, hey? There we go. Well, now I've got, look at that, my bottom leg's longer than my top leg. Oh, we've got a winner. I will shout it out in a second. So I just made it a bit thinner there, but just, that's a little bit better, isn't it? Make sure when you do yours, you don't sort of like hide the whole of your wolf. Make yours fit perfectly. It's not too bad. It's not the best, but it's not too bad. So here we go. So I don't think we'll lose much of the wolf. Maybe use a smaller sentiment so you don't lose that. So let's just get this on the card. So with this one, I'm just going to tape it, guys. But I think because you've used wow powders and things, make sure you use your tapes so it sticks nicely, okay? And then you know it's going to last, and then whoever gets it. Oh. Just like to edge. Get rid of that white edge. Maybe down the side. Oh, I'll have a look at that. Let's have a look. No, I think I'll lose it even more. Let's just go there. You just make it smaller, okay? You make sure you make yours smaller. Let me just grab a pad or two. Not a bad effort, that, guys. Make sure yours is straight. Don't look straight at all. It's because it's cut wonky, though. So it's not because I've stuck it wonky. It's cut wonky. But I think you get the idea, guys, hey? That is not a bad effort. So you could have done a circle moon if you wanted to, but I think that's okay, don't you? I don't think... It's a different way of using the products that you have in your stash with the stencils. So let's just stick this one on a card and then let's announce a beautiful winner. And I'll show you the glitter on here now that that glue has dried. And that is the colourless glitter that just puts the... See there? There it is. Well done. Look at that. Every new day is a blessing. So just a different way to play with your stash, guys. It doesn't have to be what it says on the tin. You can absolutely be creative. Now, let's do a winner. Did you like that? Are you all coming back next week now? Hopefully you are. So I am live on Tuesday at 6 again. That's 6 p.m. UK, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And my goodness me, I've only done 2 shows for HSN, ladies and gents, and the views have just gone crazy. I'm so grateful. And I knew that I needed to do it for you all because trying to explain my products in such a short time is very difficult. But I've been doing this now in the UK with my lovely friends now for years. So it makes sense to do it twice. And now you're both getting double bubble, double trouble, double the inspiration. That's what I'm calling it. So Tuesdays with Toni and Thursday drop here in the UK as well. Love those demos. Oh, well, thank you. That's really kind. Give them a twirl. So we have a winner. So we have, if I say your name, just message us and we will get the code sent to you and you can save it for a special thing if you want to. Or you can spend it straight away on something in the show maybe if you want to. So the winner is, guess what? I have my pound. Kerry Shaw, G6K, you are this evening's winner. Well done. Love the demos. Thank you, says Kerry Shaw, G6K. Well done, darling. You've just won a £50 voucher to spend on my website. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it. Share your makes in our Eureka fan page, papercrafting Facebook page, and I will see you all very soon. Take care, stay safe, stay cozy, and don't get wet in this rain. I'll see you all later, guys. Take care. Bye.